Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Pipeline Podcast. This week will be a more casual episode. We're going to talk about the 3 Battle Royale games released for the Nintendo Switch Online service. But before that, I just wanted to do a brief, what are you guys playing recently?
Crash 4 mostly here. I'm almost done with the main game, I think. Loving the crap out of it still. And also, my normal Animal Crossing song and dance where I pop in every couple days and can't seem to quit it.
Are you liking the difficulty of Crash 4? I heard it's a pretty hard game.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's that hard. Like I don't know. Like it's not hard to really go through
Mm-hmm.
the stages. If you're going for the most of my deaths are from like attempting to get boxes or like testing to see if something is like a side path and then it turns out that like it's not and I just fall to my death. Like that's usually what it is. Like
Yeah.
I'm using not retro mode, so or sorry, I am using retro mode. Whatever one has lives, and like I have like 80 lives or whatever going through
Oh,
this
wow.
game, and people told
Does
me
that still
not
have the
to use
shadow?
that. Yeah, like somebody told me not to use that because like I would just keep game overing, but like I've game over like once early, so I don't know. It's not hard to me, but I like it a lot. It pushes back, but it's not like the Dark Souls of whatever.
The Dark Souls of Bandicoot.
God.
What about you, Barry? Oh, did we do intros?
No.
I'm Jared, also known as One Up Muffin.
Nice. I'm Barry, better known as Raccoon.
And I'm Clay, better known as CMM1215, sort of.
All right, now Barry, what are you playing?
Oh, not much, really. Mostly doing school, sometimes
Mhm.
doing Minecraft. I played Animal Crossing today, the first
Nice.
time in a while. Yeah.
Yo.
Picked up a villager out of a campsite. Picked up my boy Rold. He's the fat penguin.
Yeah, and it's my boy Stu's birthday today in Animal Crossing. The love of my life,
Happy
Stu, my
birthday, Stu.
beloved. Happy birthday, Stu. This one's for you.
I recently finished up Tropical Freeze replay, and I finished New Super Mario Bros. U for the first time. I'll probably do Luigi U in a bit, but most of what I've been playing is what we're talking about today, which is the trio of NSO Battle Royale games: Pac-Man 99, Tetris 99, and Mario 35.
The
May it
dearly
rest in
departed.
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd love to just have like just a casual conversation about these. I guess I'll start with Pac-Man because it's the newest one. This game fucking rules.
Yeah. Um, that game exceeded my expectations. Like, I like Pac-Man enough, right? But I wasn't sure. Like, it's fine, but I wasn't sure if I'd be, like, really, like, caught by the Battle Royale version of it, even though it looked cool. And then it turned out when I played it, it was even cooler than it looked. So,
Yeah, I am a fan of Pac-Man. I prefer the later Pac-Mans more, and Championship is my favorite, and this has a great amount of Championship in it. It's so fast. It's so fun. It is addictive AF.
the matches are very, like, quick, which is nice. They
Hmm.
don't drag like Mario 35 matches
Yeah.
tended to drag.
God,
Uh,
Mario 35 matches could get miserably long.
yeah, like seriously miserably long. Pac-Man's not like that. Pac-Man will just like you're just dead and then you just go back and it's just very addictive.
It's so snappy. I think I've gotten like 9 KOs in my best games,
Nice. I haven't played in a
and
little bit, but I
in
got
Tetris it's
some
like
KOs.
2 is my max.
Yeah, Tetris I don't really. It's weird. So like Pac-Man 99 you can choose to target like you always could, but I don't really feel as much like I'm attacking people so much as I'm like attempting to survive, if that makes sense. Like Tetris, you can be like, oh, I'm about to get a Tetris, and
Hmm.
I'm going to set it to go towards this guy who's about to lose because he's a schmuck. Or Mario 35, you would attack someone who has like the lowest amount of time or like the lowest amount or the highest amount of coins or something to try to take them out. Pac-Man 99, like, one, it's much harder to read the little like screens on the side showing everyone's
Yeah,
game.
I have no time to look at those when I
Yeah.
play.
So like for attack wise, I'm mostly just leaving it, like picking a setting that works for me at that point. So
I
instead
stick
of
with
like,
standard and counter.
yeah, I use like Hunter, and then like once it's below a certain amount, I change it to counterattack, I think. I forget. So that's a bit different because the powers are actually kind of more dynamic in this one. That's not something that exists in the other NSO Battle Royale games.
Yeah, you get two choices instead of just the one.
Yeah. So like I know it's like what, like strength, speed, um,
Ghost Train and
yep,
standard.
yep, standard and train, and those apparently only are active when you're in power pellet time.
Yeah, except for strength, which permanently reduces your speed by one.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Does the speed permanently increase your speed by one, or is it just when you're in power pellet time?
I don't know.
Interesting, because it felt faster to me, but I could just be stupid. So there's that.
I think it increases your speed by two. I don't know if that's all the time or just when you have the palette.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do wish there were more. It would be cool to maybe see or be able to select a maze like before starting, because it's just the one maze right now.
Yeah, I hope events do different mazes. I feel like that would be interesting. Or even how Pac-Man Championship does it.
Hmm.
Like a
Yeah,
special event maze could change each time you grab the fruit.
yeah, because I know like it refreshes the stuff, and I don't know if refreshing the layout would work as well on the fly in game in Pac-Man 99.
It
But
would
at
be more
least,
difficult. You want it to be
yeah,
standard, but maybe an event could just have a different maze.
yeah, but at least being able to have a different map in general every once in a
Mhm.
while would be neat. Have you played much of it, Barry?
I played a bit of it. Yeah, I thought it was neat. Um, it's certainly more complicated than Tetris.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it feels a lot more contrived, and I don't mean to say that with a negative connotation. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to tack more things onto Pac-Man. Tetris is already built for that competitive multiplayer.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It definitely isn't like as natural
Mhm.
as Tetris if you were just to say it, but
Yeah.
I do think what they came up with works.
And like
Uh,
CMM said, it feels more like a survival game than attacking.
yeah.
Though it feels satisfying when you're towards the end and you get a big train of ghosts and you get that KO. Like you do feel like you kind of did that,
Yeah, yeah.
but I don't even know how to send the red ghosts over or red
I
Pac-Mans.
I think the red Pac-Men are tied to one. I think they can come out more often if you have the strength um, power on. And I want to say they have to do something with your Ghost Train combo too, because I know that increases the potency of your attack if you have a longer combo.
Yeah, I wonder if you're under 50 players, maybe a red Pac-Man appears at a 15 combo or more. That's just an absolute guess.
Yeah, or something along those lines. I actually think the because like when I saw, oh, Pac-Man 99, you're killing ghosts, so the immediate thought is, oh, you'll send ghosts to other players, but
Mhm.
that doesn't make great sense game wise. I
Yeah,
think what
because
they came up
you
with, yeah,
mhm.
is good. The jammer Pac-Men are really cool.
It works a lot better. If you were just sending ghosts back and forth, it would end up how Mario 35 is, where you're just sending Bowser's back and forth forever.
Yeah, and like Mario 35, I think sending enemies makes more sense because of the nature of that game.
Hmm.
Pac-Man flooding the screen with ghosts is just, it's not, you don't have as many options in Pac-Man to navigate that I don't think it would really work.
Hmm.
But it is cool how like, so the game, you have your full, pack board or whatever, and if you get all of the regular dots in the game, or on a board rather, um, you get a permanent speed boost, which is noted on that speed counter. So it's interesting, especially later on, if you're still trying to get those, deciding when it's a good time to to ditch and go for the fruit to reset the board and increase the round, or when you think you can actually pull off getting the speed boost. Like, there's some strategy there.
Definitely. And when you increase the round, it makes the ghost faster, so it's a push and
Yeah.
pull.
So you want to get speed boosts early on, because later it's much harder. And then also the red Pac-Man jammers start showing up, which are death. And if you're trying to go for a perfect board and they show up, you're done with that board pretty much.
Once the red guys come out, I
Yeah.
do not go for the speed. I get all the speeds at
Yeah.
the beginning and then just rush for pellets and try to stall.
Yeah, because the fruit that spawn for the next round I seem to have to do with, like, you collecting some or eating a certain percentage of pellets on the board. Before, like, the fruit will actually spawn to change the round. So you have to kind of be like, sometimes you just kind of have to, like, cut your losses and go for the fruit because, you're getting attacked, or, it's interesting. So you're balancing, the red Pac-Men can't be defeated by anything else but a fruit. You're balancing that if you get all the pellets, that you get a speed boost, which is very helpful. You're balancing, obviously, the ghosts and your pack pellet time, which you want to keep the combo up on and, have the ghost train and stuff like that. And you're also trying to make sure that you run over all of the sleeping ghosts on each board so that you're maximizing your ghost train. And, like, all of that is going on at the same time.
Yeah. And white jammers can only be killed by power pellets.
Yes, and white jammers get killed by power pellets, so that's another thing. Like, and then, and obviously as the rounds go on, ghosts get faster, but your pack pellet time goes down too. So it's just this, like, there's just like so many different things that you need to think about at the same time.
Yeah.
It's frantic. It's great. I love it. I think it might be my favorite of the three.
It's extremely fast and fun. I love how fast the rounds are. They feel like a third of the time of Tetris, and maybe like a tenth of the time of Mario 35 battles.
Yeah. I miss Mario 35, but I do enjoy it. Pac-Man 99 a lot.
Before we move on from Pac-Man 99, I just want to mention the DLC. I think I'm the only person who bought it here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I played 2 rounds of Pac-Man 99 and then said, here you go, Namco and Nintendo. Here is $30. I love this. So the $30 DLC comes with a few single-player modes and a ton of themes from classic Namco games. And there's some deep cuts in there, as well as some like classics everybody knows. You got Dig Dug, you got Galaga, you have Tower of Jiraga, you got the one of the sequels of Jiraga, Return of Ishtar, which has awesome music. You have Legend of Valkyrie, which I think was only released in America on one collection. And then you have some games that I think were released on 0 Namco Museum collections, like something the video.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't remember. There's some weird ones.
Cosmo Gang the video.
Yes,
Yeah, I looked
my
this
favorite.
up. That is not released on any American Namco museum. But it's in here as a skin, and that's so cool.
It's really cool how you can have, like, you can go from, like, having a skin that's mappy to, Genji and the Heike clans.
Yeah.
Like,
and all these skins add different enemies, different backgrounds, and different music, and the music changes as the rounds go on. I don't think it's new remixes, but they do have multiple songs per theme.
How are they, like, visually in terms of, like, playing the game? Like, is it hard to tell what's going on?
Some are great and some are atrocious.
Any particulars that are really not good that you can think of?
Some of the more complex ones, I think Legend of Valkyrie, awesome music, awesome theme, but there's too much going on and in some of the more complex ones, it's definitely led to some deaths. Oh, Rolling Thunder was a very bad one.
Oh, yeah.
It's just hard to see, and you'll be confused when there's so much going on. The ones I find myself playing the most are all the classic Pac-Man ones. You do get other Pac-Man themes, too.
Yeah.
I like Tower of Jiraga is pretty visible, is pretty legible, and Mappy is a good one, too.
Yeah. My understanding with the other Pac-Man themes is if you just buy the mode DLC, it it still comes with those Pac-Man themes, but all of the um, crossover themes are reserved for either individual purchase or the $29.99
Yeah. If
big
you like
pack.
the game, I think it's worth the 30 just because of how much fun it is.
Yeah,
You also
I
get
yeah.
the other three modes, which is verse CPU, which is literally just the battle royale game with CPU players. There's some options there.
Right, like Tetris 99 had a similar
Hmm.
offline mode too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a time attack mode where I think you like a score attack, and then I
Hmm.
think there's like a one's called like it's called like blind Pac-Man thing, but I don't know why it's called that. It just seemed like another type of score attack thing. I'm not explaining that one well. I think that was what it was called though. They're
So
neat modes,
it
but
sounds like you haven't really dabbled too much
yeah, I
in
tried each
them.
one like a few times, but I definitely go back to the 99 one because that's just the
Yeah.
most fun mode. But they're
Did
nice to have when you're offline or you just want to practice.
Actually, a quick question about the themes while we're on this DLC topic.
Mhm.
So when you get the power pellet, do they just turn into ghosts, the
Yeah, they'll
characters?
just turn into ghosts, which
That's eh,
it's not the most exciting.
yeah, that's probably the most upsetting thing to me because like
Mhm.
realistically most of the time you're playing matches, you're in pack pellet
You're
time.
in pack pellet
So
mode.
you're
Yeah,
gonna see like your mappy and then the cats or whatever turn into ghosts. It's
yeah.
silly.
I wish
I
they
wish
could have
they yeah.
found something different for that.
I understand on a visibility level, but like yeah, that's a bummer. I mean,
Yeah,
would you say it's worth it? The
I
the
would.
DLC?
I mean, it depends. If you look at the themes and you think you're only going to use one or two of them, just pay the $3 then for each one.
Right.
And especially if you don't want the offline mode either. Like the offline
Yeah.
mode is $15 on its own. And again, like if I was on the go, maybe I was on an airplane or something where I couldn't play online and I wanted to play some Pac-Man, they're fun modes
Yeah.
because the core gameplay here is just a good Pac-Man game, very fast mix of like classic Pac-Man and Champion, so like the score attack modes are a good time.
I know private lobbies are a DLC only thing, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
disappointing. That
yeah,
shouldn't
it
be.
is. I think even Tetris let you do the private lobbies without buying the DLC.
I think so.
That's unfortunate.
So I would say it's worth a buy if you love classic Namco, and especially
Yeah.
the deep cuts. But know that you probably won't be playing most themes more than a few times. So I would say a lot of the themes are novelties,
Right.
but also I like them. So it's hard to say. I definitely don't regret it just because of how much I've played the game.
What do you think about like maybe just buying the like mode DLC because that comes with the modes, the private lobbies, and then it has like the Pac-Man themes. Is that like a good like do you think
I
for
would say
most people
measure
that's
how
pretty
much
good?
you think you would want to play Pac-Man offline. Like if
Yeah.
you're maybe you have a commute to work where you're on like a train, but if you're just at home and you only want to play the battle royale mode, then just
Yeah.
grab a few themes you want. Look at the Mappy theme. The Tower of Jiraga theme is awesome.
I know
Dig
for
Dug's good.
me I'm kind of waiting to see if maybe they do like a physical release that just has all the
Hmm.
DLC.
Yeah.
Um I don't yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping they do stuff like Tetris 99 did and even Mario 35 did like with events. Like you suggested like event mazes and stuff. But I would love there to be
Yeah.
like unlockable event themes or like
Yeah.
something cuz
I would
like
like that
so
too.
cuz Tetris 99 as you leveled up you'd get new icons and you could unlock some themes. Pac-Man 99 even the icons are locked behind the DLC.
Yeah,
There's not a
that's
single well, I think there's like five or something that you have, and they're basic, and then all the other ones are DLC or
Can you
DLC mode
unlock the
related
basic
unlocks.
ones?
What's that?
Can you unlock the basic ones without the DLC?
I don't believe so. I want to say
Okay.
you whatever you start with, it's like I want to say it's like Pac-Man and the Four Ghosts,
Yeah.
are it, and then all the others are DLC um, unlocks. So either you have to do something in one of the offline modes, or you need to
Hmm.
have a theme to get, the icon, which is kind of a bummer.
For
Um,
for event themes, I would love to see if my Namco fans are with me, Grobda, which is a cool Namco tank game. I would love to see a Grobda skin in there. It's just got the one of the best titles in video games.
Is there a Bosconian theme?
No, I don't think there is. They should have Bosconian theme
I
too.
like Bosconian.
I
That
like
would be down.
Bosconian too. That is a fun game.
I mean, I'd be fine even if like the event themes weren't like Namco properties because they're like trying to sell those, right? So like even if they're just like
Yeah, but
fun themes, like how Tetris had like the,
mhm.
the toy blocks and like
Yeah,
the galaxy theme or whatever, like that's cool too.
yeah. Just add a handful of ones that you can unlock with like in-game dailies. I like the Tetris
Yeah,
dailies,
yeah.
and
There's no
I want to move on to
dailies.
Tetris in 1 second. But I also want to mention that this is like the second Pac-Man Battle Royale in like a year. The first being Pac-Man Mega Battle Tunnel for Stadia, which
Yeah,
was 64 players, was a paid game. I played the demo a few times. I don't remember much about it. I didn't like it very much. It was hard to understand. Like this was immediately Pac-Man 99 is immediately pick up and playable. Pac-Man Mega Battle Tunnel was not. So I just wanted to mention that here, but
yeah. And technically, there is that arcade one that is not a
mhm,
traditional battle royale game, but it's funny to think that there are technically three Pac-Man battle royale games now.
yeah. And
Um,
the Stadia one bragged about having the most players in a Pac-Man,
yeah,
and that's not true anymore.
yeah. That lasted for like what, 5 months?
Yeah.
Was what about you, Barry? Was there anything you wanted to say about Pac-Man?
I think it's neat, but I haven't played too much of it.
Is it
Um,
is it like is there any particular reason you feel like it hasn't grabbed you, or is it just like
it's
circumstance?
hard. It's harder
Yeah.
than Tetris. It's more difficult to understand. I'm not super into Pac-Man. I For a long time I hated Pac-Man, and I kind of got into Pac-Man last summer. So
Yeah.
I at least enjoyed the little bit I played of Pac-Man 99, but I'm just
Yeah.
not really good enough at Pac-Man. I don't have the muscle memory or the skills to like really invest in a battle royale game, and that's
I
one of
feel
the
that
biggest problems.
Yeah.
Is
you
that if
should
you're
give
not good at the
Championship
game,
Edition a try if you ever see it on sale somewhere.
okay,
You might
Yeah,
really
that
dig that one.
that 3DS compilation has it, like the
Yeah.
original Championship Edition
Mm.
on it, because I know
And
DX
then
is a lot different.
yeah, I think only DX2 is on Switch, which sadly is not as
Hmm.
good.
Yeah.
okay.
But if you can find DX on computer or something. But anyways, Barry, do you want to lead us into Tetris then?
What about it?
Just
I
you said you like that one a lot more, so I just want to hear your
Yeah,
thoughts on it.
it's my fourth most played game on Switch,
Oh
maybe fifth.
wow,
Damn.
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I don't know how many hours I have in it. I don't play much, so like it could only be like 100 hours. Might
That's still a
only
lot.
be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still a lot. It's not
But
like
I
Tetris
really dig
matches last.
Tetris.
Yeah.
It's very simple and intuitive. Um, it's something you can play at different levels of engagement.
Hmm.
Like you can really get sweaty with it, or you can just, you know,
Get
throw
sweaty
some
with
blocks
it.
around. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I suck at Tetris. I've never won once.
I
And
haven't either. I've gotten kind of close. I think I got third,
yeah.
maybe second, but I've never won it.
I like
Uh,
the like dailies and
mhm.
the like you can get icons and themes and stuff in Tetris.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, those
that's
are great.
fun.
They
And
bring you in a little bit.
and the event themes, I always play Tetris 99 when there's an event theme going on. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
Hmm. It really gets me
So
back into it.
it's something I feel is really strongly missing from Pac-Man 99. There's not really any outside of just you wanting to do better, which is fine. There's nothing else to really keep you playing because nothing else really matters. Like nothing happens when you win, nothing happens when you lose. You level up, but leveling up doesn't do anything in Pac-Man. But Tetris, you know, you you level up, you get new icons, you get tickets from the dailies for themes. Like you know, it's weird.
Yeah, Tetris has more reasons to go back.
Those
Totally.
those event themes. What are your
Are
guys'
great.
favorite event themes? Actually, I'm kind of curious because like we've had so
Ooh,
many.
I find
that's a good
myself going
question.
back to the Ring Fit one a lot. I don't even have Ring
Yeah.
Fit, but I really like that song. It
Yeah,
just gets me going.
Ring Fit music is awesome.
it's so good. Well,
I I I got into Tetris 99 kind of late actually. I would have started playing it in like late 2018 maybe.
okay.
So I'm missing a bunch of the themes.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
like some of them you can buy, but most of them you need to just wait
yeah,
until they
also
do the repeats or whatever.
I don't have the Splatoon one, which is a big one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
there's a few I'm missing, and I'm so sad about it. Like I missed the Bowser's Fury one, and I heard that one's fantastic.
I
Mm-hmm.
honestly think that that one is the best theme that they've put out so far for Tetris 99. That and like Super Kirby Clash,
Yeah,
right? Kirby Clash? Yeah.
there's one of the Kirby ones I really like, and I forget which one it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Kirby Clash that was like the particularly good one.
Oh, I will say of the free themes, Donkey Kong is really good.
Oh yeah, that's
Mm.
right.
That was my go-to before I had any of the event ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been on the Donkey Kong train recently.
yeah, the DK one's kind of neat. I remember not like thinking like when they added some of those in, I was like, I don't like these as much as I hoped that I would.
Mhm.
Um, but the event themes in general are pretty fire.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it's just kind of nice to have something to go for. So hopefully, and Pac-Man's future will have some of that too.
I really hope so. I will say of these three Battle Royale games, Tetris, I adore Tetris in most incarnations.
Yeah,
So this is just like this is definitely the top for me. Like this is the one I go back to the most. Tetris is a game I can play all seasons of the year, whenever. It's just so much fun for me. I've only won at the very beginning when people weren't
yeah,
as savage. People are too good at the game now. I cannot hope to win anymore, but I got my win at the beginning, and now I just play to have fun.
Yeah. By the time I got into Tetris, it was already kind of hard.
yeah. You just get piled on so quick. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's good that it doesn't drag on, but like
Mhm.
at the same time, sometimes you just get decimated
Yeah.
immediately, and you're like, what happened?
Comebacks
Pac-Man
in
doesn't do
Tetris
that.
though feel so good when there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
five when there's like six people attacking you, and you just keep getting those combos against them, and like get like
Mm-hmm.
some KOs off of that. Ooh, that feels good.
Yeah, KOs feel very satisfying in
They do.
Tetris in
They feel much more
particular.
satisfying in that one compared to either of the two other ones.
Yeah.
Tetris is the best one
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the three.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
think we're all in
It's
agreement there.
it's tough actually. I don't know if I like Tetris or Pac-Man more, but I would agree that both of those are very good.
Yeah.
Mario
Oh, they're
35
both
is
fantastic.
the worst.
Yeah.
We can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mario is the worst
out
by
of the
far.
three, it's the worst, which is
Yep.
unfortunate. Like I still like it.
It's like as third a good as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs rebalancing if it were to come back. Particularly end game stuff because it drags
Mhm.
so long.
God.
Um,
And
and
you
it
need some
comes
way
a
to
point.
drain the other people's time.
Yeah, so like
Some way to
eventually
be more aggressive.
you go into quadruple time eventually, but it takes so long to go
Yeah.
into quadruple red time. And it takes a while to like hit that point. So like
Yeah.
in the meantime, you're just like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna, you can build coins and stuff. It's very important in 35 to build your coin stock very early on, so that you can roll a slot machine and pray when it gets
Yeah.
hairy at the end.
I don't like the
Um,
random element. I feel like a
I
random element shouldn't be in that.
I kind of like it, but I don't think that it's like it's not interesting enough. Like sometimes you get a power block, and then sometimes you'll get a power up. But a lot of times you're wasting rolls just so you can get like a power up, and meanwhile, you have a Lakitu party on screen,
Yeah. And
or
maybe
whatever.
pros know how to like get which one they want whenever. I
As
don't
far as
know
I
if
know,
there's
there
like a way
isn't.
around that. Oh,
There's
okay.
not, yeah. Like the only thing you can really do with that slot machine is just make it stop the animation sooner and get whatever
Gotcha.
you're getting sooner.
Mhm.
Because yeah, like sometimes you get a star and that's cool. Other times it actually works against you because in Mario 35 there are you get time bonuses for having a bounce combo off of enemies,
Mhm.
and when you get a star, you go through them, and that's that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. And like I think when you get a power up that you already have, you get like an extra like 10 seconds or something of time, which is fine, I guess, but like not ideal, especially for the
Yeah.
20 coin trade. Like it's not worth that
At the
trade.
at the end game, it's helpful, but
Yeah. Well,
it could be more exciting.
you need a lot of coins to make it an end game because end game goes on forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you run out of coins, you're doomed because there's just so many enemies that you're going to get annihilated. If you don't have a lot of time, that's easier to make up. Even though it like maxes out at 400, just because of like kicking a shell into stuff, combos give you a ton of time. Bouncing combos do a lot. If you happen to get a power block, that's like an instant like 100 seconds added on or something sometimes if it's particularly flooded. Um, and even so, like Mario 35, right? Like it didn't have um, additional themes, but you did unlock more of the Mario 1 stages to be able to choose from
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning of the game. And you did get new icons when you leveled up, so there was that. And all the leveling was handled by coin total, which I thought was interesting. I think it worked well for that game. Um, and there was the little Luigi Easter egg too. Um, but in that game, unlike Tetris and Pac-Man, didn't even have private lobbies. You couldn't even set those up,
Mm-hmm.
which was a bit of a shame because
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of like people who wanted to do like community Mario 35 things, and what it came down to was try to join at the same time and pray. Like
Yeah, and
that's
that's so unlikely.
yeah, it's not very likely. So like I felt like KOs were still satisfying in Mario 35
Mm-hmm.
because even though you
Relatively.
couldn't necessarily control them as well as you could in Tetris, you could still control them to a point, and you can
Yeah.
definitely like pick some unfortunate fool to like send 20 Lagatu's at,
Yeah. Like
But
you could have a pretty good idea that like you were the one that like killed them, but also
yeah,
they could have just fallen in a pit.
it is satisfying when you KO someone getting like I think you got like part of their coin pool when you
Oh,
KO'd
that's
them.
nice.
And when you won in Mario 35, like you got the pot, like there's that big coin pot that happens
Oh,
in the
that's
middle,
cool.
and so you get like a ton of coins, on top of whatever you collected, and that helped you level up faster.
Mm-hmm.
So, like there was some progression there that I'd like
Yeah.
to see Pac-Man 99 have.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest flaw against Mario 35, besides the matches lasting forever, is that a linear Mario game is just inherently not as replayable for me as an arcade game like Tetris or Pac Man. Like,
Yeah,
playing
they're more
1-1 a
varied.
million times
Yeah,
gets old.
because like everyone chooses 1-1.
Yeah.
Even when you choose, your stage is technically in the order, and I know that if you go to like the warp zones and stuff, it like takes like the three next stages that are in the order or whatever, so you can kind of manipulate it that way. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the times you'd pick a stage like I would pick harder stages on purpose to try to kill people,
Hmm.
and like a lot of the times you like either wouldn't see them because the match would die already, or it would be a forever until you saw them. So it's kind of I don't know it that wasn't as well baked, um, but I still miss it. I'd like to see it come back.
Yeah.
If they wanted to bring it back and tweak it a bit and add some stuff, that would be cool.
Yeah, Mario 99 could be potentially exciting if done well.
Yeah, and maybe Mario Bros would work better
That
for a
would be fun.
99
Yeah.
because that's the single screen and all that. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
love to see Super Mario Bros 35 come back in some form too,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, Mario. That's a really good idea. Mario Bros. 35. They also had. I want to add special events.
yeah,
They had, unlike the other two games, there were these special event things, which are like
yeah,
they
special
were like
battles.
different. Yeah, they were like different modes or like different like modifiers.
Yeah.
Do you remember any specific ones
Oh
or
yeah, I can tell you a lot about
yeah?
those. I actually liked those quite a lot. They're not as interesting as the Tetris 99 theme events, but they're still cool. So basically, every weekend you'd have a special battle, and the special battle would sometimes start you off with a power up, sometimes start you off with a certain amount of coins, and then they would have specific levels that you would go through. So like, I know the first one I think they did was like it only is on like the levels from the first two worlds. And then they had another one that they brought back a few times because it was the coolest one, which was you go through the whole game, like all the level. It's like in order through the whole game.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice.
so like yeah, so the game changes a lot actually when you're going in the normal stage order because you have the warp pipes and that stuff, and it's very interesting how that actually really affected the game, you
Do
know.
you get any bonus
And
for beating the game?
you don't get anything for beating the game,
Okay.
no. You want to beat all of the levels at least once to be able to use Luigi, but that was like a hidden
Oh, that's cool.
thing. Like you had a whole like the L button when the thing was loading. And you want to have all the stages just so you can pick from all the stages as your like starter stage. And also something I didn't mention, but when you started a game, you could also use your from your coin bank to buy a power up to start with.
Hmm.
So, you know, that was kind of neat. I personally never really used it because you just, you'd get them anyway.
Yeah.
But it was an option that you had. But the special battles are cool because they were ranked like separately. You had like the weekly coin rankings and stuff, which was fun to see. And then, more importantly, for a few of them, specifically for like the anniversary, they had that whole thing where, if there was a certain total number of enemies killed within like a week, um, everyone who had participated would get like 350 platinum points.
Oh, that was
Um,
cool.
yeah, they did that a few times. I think two out of the three people were successful. It was Bowser, Goomba, and I think just coins. There was a coin one too.
Mhm.
Those are like the World Coin Cup. I forget what they call them, but it was fun. Like, it just made the game. It was basically just a slight modifier for the game that would make checking in each weekend kind of fun, just to see, what was different or whatever. It wasn't anything wild, but if they brought it back, I would like to see them do ones that are a little more aggressive.
Mhm.
Maybe
Oh.
like jump gravity is like changed or something. Like,
Mm.
or everyone you can only be small Mario and power ups only give you time or something like that. I think would be more meaningful modifiers, but they're still cool.
Yeah, that was an exciting thing that the other two didn't have. Before we wrap up, Barry, do you have any final thoughts on Mario 35?
Man, Mario 35 was lame.
Yeah.
It was a fun novelty, I guess, but like, I don't know. I didn't think it was very fun. I don't think it was very engaging. So
It's yeah,
I don't miss it at all.
I don't really miss.
It's
Like,
kind
I'm
of
sad
callous to
it's a game that
say,
people can't
but
play who liked it.
yeah, people
yeah.
liked it, and I feel bad for them. But personally,
I miss it, but I think Pac-Man and Tetris are both much better.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're
getting
both so much better
Pac-Man
that.
right after
Mhm.
Yeah,
helped Mario 35 going away a lot.
I mean that was
Yeah.
very intentional. I'm sure they're like,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah,
crap, bad
totally.
PR moment. Well, we have Pac-Man.
Yeah.
That's why we're launching that now.
Yeah. I'd love to see a better one come out, like Mario 99, but I don't
Yeah.
care super much personally.
There is that rumor that cropped up recently of a Mega Man 99, and I know you all do not like Mega Man very much. I like Mega Man a
Mega
lot.
Man haters in the house.
I'm kind of curious how that would work, because yeah, that's just kind of weird. Like, because typically you beat a level and get a new weapon or whatever, so maybe everyone would be stuck with the Mega Buster, or maybe there would be special events where you had like one of the other weapons instead, or like I don't really know progression wise. Like you could kill enemies, but like it's not like Mario where enemies are like typically like you kill them in one hit or whatever.
Hmm.
So I don't really know what that would look like.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
also
I
levels
don't
are longer than Mario.
Yeah, and it's slower moving than Mario as
Hmm.
well. Less control over your speed and stuff like that. So I don't really know like how that would work
Yeah,
at
like
all.
it as an idea, it's interesting. As a game, I don't like. I would definitely play it if it was on there,
Yeah.
but I
See,
don't
like
like how classic Mega Man feels.
if I were to be like, oh, what game do I want to be in '99? I'd probably think of Bomberman, but luckily there's already one of those that is Super Bomberman Online R,
Mhm.
and that's coming to Switch soon. It was on Stadia. You played that a bit, one up, didn't you?
Yeah, I got there, I don't know why, but I got $10 free on Stadia, and that was the exact price of Bomberman R online, so I got it for free. It's a very cool battle royale. You can, like, it starts out like you're on a Bomberman match with a few other players, and then in between rounds, you can walk to different boards.
Right.
So you walk between the boards, and then whoever's in that board with you is trapped in there until the next round starts. And I think you have like 2 or 3 lives each. So it's not just like one hit and you're out. Which
Oh,
is nice
really?
too.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But that I will be very excited for that to come to more platforms.
Yeah, it is worth noting on the additional platforms that it's coming to. It will be free to play, and there is the $10 DLC for like all the crossover characters,
Yeah.
or
You get,
crossover
like,
bombers or whatever.
Silent Hill characters.
Yeah, Pyramid Head
etc.
bomber and all kinds of weird ones. There was the one from Rule of Rose too, I think. Like there's some Vic
cool.
Viper.
I love deep
Like,
cuts.
they all have special moves too, the crossover ones.
Yeah,
like some
there's
can
like
actually
stats
attack.
and classes, which I didn't really understand.
Yeah. And at least in Bomberman 2, you unlock, like, cosmetics or whatever to customize your little idiots with. There's so many, like, there's a lot of potential for 99 games.
Yeah, and battle royales that aren't like shooters.
Yeah, stuff that isn't just, like, Fortnite or whatever. I don't know. Like, I've sort of thought a little bit about some that I'd like to see. I know all of us are... I think the one all of us agree on is Panel de Pon.
Yeah, I
Pawn.
love puzzle
That's-
games. I would love
yeah.
Panel de Pon. I would love Puyo Puyo.
Puyo would be nuts.
Puyo would be wild.
Whoa.
I would
Yeah,
love a
puzzle
combo.
games-
I just love
Puzzle
puzzlers.
games work very
Yeah.
well in this format in particular.
Puzzle
Puyo would
Fighter.
be a Switch Pro exclusive.
Yeah.
It would not work on the base Switch.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, like arcade games, particularly single screen arcade games,
Yeah.
and puzzle games work very well.
Especially
because
because these puzzlers are already competitive, so it
yeah,
really
like
helps
there's a
them out.
versus element in there already.
Mhm.
I think you can do something neat with non-competitive arcade stuff. Like I would be down for a Galaga 99.
Yeah, I would like Balloon Fight.
Yeah, Balloon Fight could be cool. I'd be down even if they did something with like Zelda 1, but like just dungeon areas and you're like fighting enemies in rooms.
Yeah, that
And
could
like maybe each round is a room and then you can send enemies to each other. It would be a little bit more like organic than Mario 35 maybe.
Yeah. How do you guys like this
I
one?
don't know.
Urban Champion 99.
Only if there's a very elaborate sewer system that connects the rounds together. So when someone dies, they fall on the sewer and they fall into another battle arena.
I would like to see a 99 game from Nintendo that has more of a direct focus. If that makes sense, like players on the same screen. Like just make it
Yeah,
wild.
Sure.
Yeah, if you did one where it's like instead of everyone having their individual screen, it like grouped people into lesser number of screens. That could be interesting.
Yeah, like Joust 99, that'd be rad.
Yeah, or like Mario Bros, like we mentioned earlier, where it's like generally 2 people. Maybe you could jam 4 people on a particular round.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I think we'll call it there. If anyone has any last battle royale NSO thoughts, I think we all like most of these games.
F-Zero 99.
F-Zero
F-Zero 99.
F-Zero 99.
Death Race is the perfect fit for a battle royale. That would be the same screen. It would be so chaotic, so great.
You know what's perfect for it, but will never happen? Fly Swatter 99.
Fly Swatter 99.
Sending bugs back and forth to each other.
No, it's just one person is the swatter, and 99 people are flies. It's like 1
Mario
versus
versus
100.
the bugs. I know someone mentioned on the server or on Twitter or somewhere, someone said Rhythm Heaven 99. I don't know how you would make that work.
It
but
wouldn't work, but it's
it
funny.
wouldn't,
I
but
would
it's
love
funny.
WarioWare, because
Yeah!
WarioWare games are ingrained in my brain, and it fits so well,
Yeah.
like sending distractions to other people.
Yeah,
like make their screen upside down and reverse their controls.
That kind of competition has been in Wario games before, or WarioWare games before, so that's actually a top one for me that I would love to see.
And you can even add micro games over time.
Yeah, or have like events where there's like special micro games or special distractions or whatever, or sets of micro games or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I love WarioWare.
same.
All right. On that note, thank you guys so much for listening. That was a really fun one. Have a Nintendo week. That's what we say, right?
Yeah, have a couple Nintendo weeks.
Have a couple
because
Nintendo weeks.
Next week,
But
from
no,
the time of release, we won't be having an episode. Cinco de Mayo, we're taking off. We're in respect of the holiday.
Yeah.
That's not true. I have exams, but
yeah. And
So-
also that's Nintendo Week, but not with Gary and Allison because those aren't we don't own that. So
yeah. So we'll be back on the 12th of May.
yep.
So stay tuned and look forward to more Nintendo Pipeline podcast.
Video games.
Video games. That's our sign off. Video games.
The end.